Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's time for some more Geopolitical Simulator 4. I'm your host, Calvin. And it's time for Power and Revolution, baby. Aw, yeah. So, let's talk. We've got problems right now. The first one I'm noting is that we have a lot of terrorism. Drop counterintelligence. You know what? Actually, drop political espionage pretty hugely. But keep counterintelligence. Yeah, that'll do. Good. Counterintelligence and the fight against terrorism. Those are two things we desperately need right now. Alright, so. We are completely under attack here. In Aleppo and Syria. You guys, I think we'll have to move to Aleppo. Yeah, because the balance of power there is much worse for us, so. Yeah, every time we get hit with a terror attack, we just suddenly lose a lot. And it's not good. So. Begin entrance into the city. Just random enemies who are probably making their way over here to reinforce the attack into Aleppo. Alright. Okay, enough with the alerts, thank you. I am quite aware of everything that is going on. Good lord. Unfortunately, the game seems to think that alerting you every time a building changes hands is particularly important.
The city has fallen. It's been...
We have not lost Aleppo at all. Apparently we have, because we lost all the buildings. And apparently we also can't counterattack. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah. Sometimes orders are get a little fuzzy. There we are. Immediate counterattack. They don't have the forces to resist us. Whatever. Get to the police HQ. Alright. You guys, the museum. Police HQ. Let's go. Unfortunately, a lot of these goddamn issues I have with the game stem from the fact that it's practically impossible to command troops sometimes. If you do it on high-speed mode, it does not work very well. Unfortunately, troops take forever to walk places, so... Guess I have to slow down when I want to issue orders. No, even that didn't help. Apparently bad ground in there or something. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's a city. City's back under our control. And it would appear the Kurds are now making an incursion even farther into us. Looks like we're going to have to deal with them.
We are going to attack.
Yeah, we're just going to attack the Syrian Kurdish resistance. I don't see a reason not to. We've got to clear every... We need to retake this area. Yeah. Let's go. So, I don't know what these are. Are they commandos or something? I have to assume that they're like commandos or something. I've just... Those might be armed extremists. There's different kinds of units and all that, so... Okay, got them before we fired the rockets. Good. Christ, there's way too much terrorism. I don't know if we can actually secure this damn place. Oh well. Like, winning the Civil War, easy part, as it turns out. Surviving the terrorism, that's going to be trickier. Alright. So, that's one of the 3 cities of this area. The Idlib government. And also, we have discovered a camp. I really should consider the absolute concept of carpet bombing cities. An atrocity, yes. A war crime, most definitely. But it might totally be justifiable at this point. Yeah, they had no forces to resist us there. Perfect. Warmongering, because we did technically go back to war with the Syrian Kurds after we had made a temporary peace with them. That was outside of my control, though, so. But they totally violated that peace agreement by coming into here, so. Alright. Let's begin the fight in Harem. So tell me, how strong is the Syrian Muslim Brotherhood? They're down to 15,000 men. This is already starting, this is already the start of the end for them. Especially because God knows how many of, how many, who knows how many of their own soldiers are trapped in this city now, with us. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. No. You guys. There. Good. Move to the court of law. You guys to the bank. Would you guys fight back? Thank you. Holy shit, the court of law is loaded with troops. Get over there now. Wasn't expecting that larger resistance in there. There we are. Good. Okay. I think that's a city. Oh no, there's still the police HQ. I sent a group of troops to the police HQ. Must not have been enough. There. No, that's a city. Alright. And that's a significant weakening to them. They now have a mere 10,000 soldiers hidden amongst the camps out here. Binding them and beating them, well, that's going to be trickier, but it's probably about time I call up the tanks while we're at it. I've had reserve tanks down here. And now would not be the worst time. Yeah. Well. You guys are needed back in Aleppo, it would seem. If you guys... Oh, wait. Alright, I have to choose the city entrance, don't I? Yeah, just use the southern entrance. It's fine. Yeah. Anytime the Russians are helping us against the Muslim Brotherhood. Ooh, that was good. Alright.
The last bastion of rebels has
Huzzah! Alright.
It is the end of this organization.
Yeah, damn straight. Alright, the Syrian Muslim Brotherhood. They're down, boys. I repeat, the Syrian Muslim Brotherhood has been taken down. In the meantime, let's move.
Oh, boys.
Good, we cleaned up Aleppo. Good. Alright. Victorious end of the conflict against the Syrian Muslim Brotherhood. Alright, it's a start. Alright. So, terrorists, the Jihadist Caliphate, the Syrian Kurdish Renaissance, and the Syrian Muslim Brotherhood. We're going to need to start infiltrating these guys. We might be able to start breaking them up a bit. Alright. Well, it's a start, and we've now secured complete control over Idlib. Eastern Aleppo, completely in ISIS's hands. Like, there's camps everywhere. Any attempt to move through here would be suicide. Notably, there are no camps in the Homs government region. So what I'm thinking is we want to make a concerted effort to retake Palmira with what forces we have down here scattered about. Which is apparently a lot, actually. Especially if we start counting in some tanks, yo. Cool. So, yeah. Reclaim Palmira. That's a good place to begin. Alright. I think, yeah, we should probably go for the cities. If we just capture all of the cities, we've definitely reduced their capability to fight. So, I think that's a good start. So, our garrison went to Aleppo, yeah? I think. Do we have army somewhere? Or is it like in Asafira? I'm pretty certain we had an army. What the hell happened to it? Well, that's bad. How large is our army, by the way? Did it all just vanish? Yeah, it did, didn't it? Fuck. Yes. That's not good. Alright, well. Either way. Let's begin rebuilding Aleppo. And others. There. Begin rebuilding the cities. Yeah. Public finances do take a hit, I know. But, to be fair, I mean, my deficit's still pretty good. Alright. So the jihadist death squads have all merged on the bank. Well, let's get them, boys. You know, I really don't want to tear down this bank, but it's really going to be the only way, isn't it? It is. That is a shame. Shame and a half. We're taking casualties from our own grenades because we're standing too close. There we are. Get them. They are the last of them. They're running somewhere else to try and hide. Probably the police HQ. Oh no, they just decided to throw a rocket at the police HQ.
Our boys did it.
Alright. Good. So, the battling between us and ISIS is pretty much at an all-time low. You guys need to push an attack forwards now. Good. Alright, less of an issue now. You guys starting for the museum. Alright. Looks like we can reclaim Palmira. More or less without issue, too. Making a random bad ground in the police station makes it really hard, too. Alright, and all we need is the bank, then. Cool. That's it. Palmira's ours. Alright, so that gives us full control over the Homs government region. So, we have complete control over the southern half of this country. And the eastern half, kind of, minus northwest Aleppo. We're getting there. Or western half, rather. We're getting there. We have most of the cities and most of the population under our control. That said, yeah, let's not start funding total jihad in Afghanistan. Total jihad is, I believe, Al-Qaeda, FYI. Meanwhile, ISIS is the jihad caliphate. So. Alright, Afrin. Controlled by the Syrian Kurdish Renaissance. So, I'm not exactly sure what happened to our army, but... bad news. It happened. Whatever it was, it happened. Alright. Like, since we know there are no camps in the Homs government region, otherwise there'd be flashing things all around here. Alright, speaking of, how did the, filtrations are still in progress, okay. Alright. I believe that we'll have very little issue getting access to Al-Tharath. Oh, good. Just hit a random fucking enemy army there. Yeah, the enemy, the jihadist caliphate is, without question, down to only 35,000. That's pretty good. And the Syrian Kurdish Renaissance is also down that far, so... it's hell out here, isn't it? So, we need to really have a good, solid look at our head of state popularity. Because it's kind of falling. We'll reduce it. To cancel. How much was it at before? Okay, so 7 digits. Confirm. Should have no problem with it. Anyway, so from Palmira, Al-Tharath should be an easy fight. I'd like to regain southeastern Homs at some point. Initially, balanced powers in their favor. Go after them. Unfortunately, if you just stand there, you kind of die. Because of whatever kind of units they're using. I think those are armored pickup trucks. Unfortunately, I don't have those. I don't even think I can build them or get access to them. Because I'm, you know, a state. I use tanks instead. Which is sad, because I think armored pickup trucks are way better. Hostage taking. Is there anything gave me their comments? No. I'm afraid I do not negotiate with terrorists. There we are. And that's another city that's fallen. The Caliphate's got a fuckload of rebel camps, but if I take all the cities back, then it's really just a matter of hunting them down in the deserts. At least that's my theory, anyway. So far, so good. But unfortunately, this increase to terrorism is not doing us any favors. I also have one request. I'm not 100% certain, but last episode there was a minor issue where I grabbed the top of the window, which is really easy to do in this game. And it may have screwed up the recording. Let me know if the audio sync is okay with this one. I hope it is. I think it should be, but my guess is, I don't know. This game is really shitty and hard to record, okay? Like, this is not a well-made or put-together game in the slightest. So, trying to get this thing to record is more of a miracle than anything else. Hostage taken by Total Jihad, yep. Yep. Conflict, Syria, Jordan. Okay. I don't think Jordan's actually at war. Yeah. Yeah, we're not actually at war as far as I can tell. Out of curiosity, and I probably should consider this. Yeah, just before. I mean, I never bothered to check. Hey, can we get a meeting request with you, President of Iran? I mean, we might just be able to, like, cement a proper alliance or something. At least I hope so. If we can cement a proper alliance, just maybe. It's going to be the last thing we try today. Continued hostage taking is not doing anything for my popularity. Yeah. The eastern Aleppo region is chaos. I mean, we've managed to get some footholds at least, but yeah. Alright, so the SKR is in control of there. Okay, people are fleeing. That's okay, I suppose. Yeah, we rebuilt new cities, so yeah. There's lots of rebel encampments that are getting their asses blown up. You know? We should probably help, I think. Because they apparently haven't scouted out as many encampments as we have. Which is probable. There. So a few hits to total jihad. They're down to 25,000. Alright. The caliphate is cracking. So. Off for coffee.
Sure.
Alright. President of Iran. Propose a military alliance. Type. Alliance. Although I think that's obvious. Interlocker is refused. Really? Can't we get, like, even just a treaty of non-aggression? Cool. Can we upgrade this to a support treaty? Yeah. Cool. An alliance? Cool. Good. Alright, so we now have an alliance with Iran. A proper full military alliance. I guess you have to do it one step at a time or something, or maybe it was because I did the military access stuff. Either way. I don't suppose this properly draws Iran into the conflict, does it? I mean, that would be kind of nice, but yeah. Fucking armed pickup trucks, man. And 150 tanks. Finding and defeating the enemy in every city that they have. Well, to be fair, they only actually have 3 more cities, so. I think things are starting to come closer to stability, because you can tell because these have 5 bars that they have a lot of troops in them. There's at least a decent number of soldiers in some of these areas, so. If we can make it across here and capture the remaining... Oh no, they actually have a 4th city up here. Noted. If we can capture the remaining cities, there shouldn't be as many troops left for them, and hopefully the coalition can finish them off. We'll see, though. Anyway, this is going to be the end to today's episode, so thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Calvin, signing off.